A very good evening. I bid to Cikgu Zul and all the other participants for this presentation for Kajian Tindakan for our school and our district PPD Daro. For the title of my Kajian Tindakan, it is guided reading activity via WhatsApp voice recording to boost pupils' reading motivation. Okay, and in BM, penguasaan kemahiran membaca mekanis melalui rakaman suara WhatsApp dalam meningkatkan motivasi membaca murid. So my name is Alvin Wong and I'm a teacher from SISC BATANG LASSA Daro. Okay, next. So I would like to give an overview for the setting of this action research. So due to the widespread of the pandemic COVID-19 and also the implementation of MCO, so the teaching and learning session are conducted via home-based learning, HBL, or we call as PDPR. So what happened in BATANG LASSA is that BATANG LASSA conducted the HBL via online learning, mainly through WhatsApp Messenger. So if you can see here, I've attached pictures of the types of messages or the homeworks that we gave to the pupils and also the feedbacks given by the pupils. Okay, next here. Okay, so in this case here, for the initial reading activity that I have conducted, so the reading texts are all based on the primary 4 CFR textbook syllabus. So if you can see here, this is an example of the reading text that I have given to my pupils. And the target of these are the year 4 pupils, where there are 12 primary 4 pupils of SISC BATANG LASSA. Okay, next here. All right, next. Oh, other effect. It's okay. All right. So if you can see here, the next one is that I have made my observation, and doing so is that by collecting initial data and using data collection methods such as I use observation checklist, which is to note on the pupils' reaction and behavior based on their initial reading activity, and also short survey questionnaire, which is to collect the pupils' responses on the initial activity of the reading via WhatsApp Messenger. Okay, next here. So from what I can see and observe is that during the initial implementation of the reading activity, I can see that pupils show less attention and to attempt stay during the activity. As you can see here, the initial data was collected that only 75% of the pupils, which are 9, only attended equal or less than 30 minutes of the total lesson. For example, because I've set the lesson for 60 minutes, so their attention and their focus are only equal or less than 30 minutes throughout them. So from the charts given, you can see that only 1 pupil stay up to full lesson 60 minutes, 2 pupils only 50 to 40, 5 30 to 20 minutes, and the least one are 4 pupils less than 10 minutes. So this is the first initial data collection, which is based on the attention of the pupils. Okay, next. So then the another one that was being observed is pupils also do not find relevance. They do not want and they don't care to submit or respond to the activity immediately. So I provided them with the reading activity, and it takes them longer time to submit or to respond. So from this initial data collected, it was showed that 67% of the pupils, 67% of the pupils, which are 8, took equal or more than 4 days to submit the lesson exercises, which is actually taking a very long time. So if you can see here, 6 pupils submit more than 6 days, and then 2 pupils submit within 4 to 5 days, 3 pupils within 2 to 3 days, and 1 pupil only send on the next day, which is 1 day. So this is based on their thoughts and their relevance. So what does relevance here means that okay, let me give you a situation like lantak lah, nak hantar hari ni ke hantar esok, mana-mana lah, up to me. So this is what I mean by relevance here. Okay, next. Okay, so after the implementation of the beginning of the reading activity, so I implemented a short survey questionnaire on the pupils, and most of the pupils responded that they do not feel confident to work on the reading activity. And initial data was collected that 83% pupils which are only 10 pupils responded, they are less confident or not confident at all to do the reading activity. Because this reading activity, it involves some reading and also some noting down of their own voice, so they do not feel confident to do so. Okay, so next. And finally, the focus here is on the satisfaction. Satisfaction here is that the pupils show less interest to participate in the activity, where 92% of the pupils, who are 11 pupils, responded that they do not have any interest at all, where 5 say less interested and 6 says not interested at all to join the reading activity. So they are not satisfied with that. Oh, I forgotten that the previously just now I do include also the mean score here. So if this for this observation on this interest, the mean score is only 1.58, which is very low, shows a low level of interest. Okay, next. So we can see here that the main issue observed during the reading activity throughout the HBL, the PDPR period, is that when reading activity was conducted, the pupils first, just now, they show less attention and to attempt the activity, and they do not find relevance to submit. Relevance here, like what I said just now, they do not care about it. And because this is what also because they do not feel confident to work on the activity when it comes to recording their voice and doing activities that requires more effort, and also they show very less interest to participate in the activity throughout the activity. So these are the 4 issues that we are highlighted here during the initial stage of the reading activity. Okay, next. So, all right. So if you can see here, I have used Keller's ARC motivational model by John M. Keller, 1979. He stated that students' motivation can be divided into 4 main elements, which are their attention, their focus in the class, their relevance, how do they feel towards the lesson, their confidence, do they feel they are okay or they don't towards this lesson, and also are they satisfied, which means that do they have interest towards the lesson. So these are the 4 main elements to show that whether these pupils have motivation or not. So based on the data collected from the initial reading activity, it is shown that from the overall observation, in line with the Keller's ARC motivational level, it is reflected that all the 12 primary 4 pupils of Askia BATANG LASSA have low learning motivation when engaging in the learning activity. Okay, next. So you can see here that, oh, sorry, sama slide ni cikgu. Duplicate. Okay, we just go next. All right. So from this I make a reflection is that the 12 primary 4 pupils of SK BATANG LASSA have low learning motivation when engaging with the reading activities. So these are the few factors that I find out. Why do they have low learning motivation? First, the pupils were not guided on how to attempt or do the reading activity. And then second, the learning platform via WhatsApp Messenger for the reading activity was not interesting or conducive to the pupils. And the learning platform that was not utilized effectively, meaning that we just use WhatsApp for the sake of giving them the activities and the exercises, just that. We do not expand the use of it. And also lastly, the clear instruction was also not given to the pupils during the implementation of the initial reading activity. Okay, let's move on next. So this is what I meant by, this is also a reflection from my own self as a teacher, where I see that the learning platform via WhatsApp Messenger is too brief and not interesting. So if you can see here, I submitted the worksheet and I give such instruction. Selamat sejahtera Ibu Bapa, berikut adalah latihan bahasa Inggeris murid tahun 4. Baca, salin dan jawab dalam buku. Tak perlu lukis gambar. So that's all the instruction that I give previously. So I myself as a researcher and a teacher, I realized that, okay, in my own part, I do feel that I do not give clear instruction and there's no proper guidance for the pupils. And also the learning platform via WhatsApp are not fully utilized. I do not think that, oh, why do not I go like, I record my voice maybe, or I extend my instructions. So these are the few factors that causes why the reading activity to be not motivational to the pupils. Okay, moving on, next. And so After finalizing the reflection, and here I take the most prominent factor selected for the intervention, where the learning condition and the platform for the learning lesson was not conducive. WhatsApp was not used conducively, and it was not fully utilized. And here we can see that the pupils are also not guided properly to attempt the reading activity. So the changes and intervention to take place for improvement of the learning, which is an reading activity, is to utilize WhatsApp voice recording platform and provide guided voice recording to boost the pupils' motivation to read. Okay, next. Okay, so here, my objective is that I would implement guided reading activity via WhatsApp voice recording to boost the pupils' reading motivation. And then the target participants are of all the 12 year 4 pupils of SK BATANG LASSA, where there are 7 boys and 5 girls who are from the rural school of, and they are urban pupils. They have similar characteristics where they do not have confidence to perform the reading activity, and they have less interest or no interest at all to perform the reading activity. Okay, next. Okay, next. All right, so this is what I have done. So the action research methodology, the action research design that I choose is by using Chemis and Metaga 1988 model. So what I have shown to you all just now is the initial reading activity where I implement the plan, act, and observe and reflect. So the initial reading activity is within the first cycle, and the second cycle will be the improved reading activity, which I implement the recorded voice, WhatsApp voice recording as a guidance for the pupils in the revised plan, and then following by act and observe and also reflect. All right, next. So what is my intervention? My intervention is that I use guided reading activity via WhatsApp voice recording. So it means that I provide them a reading text, and I also provide them my own guided voice to guide the pupils on what they should do and how do they act on throughout the reading activity. So the strategy of this intervention is that I give a step-by-step instruction via WhatsApp voice recording for the reading activity. I guide the pupils reading activity and exercise with clear recording, reading text, and also this will help to boost pupils' reading motivation by providing how do I boost? Give them positive encouragement, proper guidance, and also feedback. Okay, next. So how do I collect data? I use the same observation checklist. I use short survey questionnaire on the pupils. Observation checklist is for my own self. And how do I analyze them? I use frequency and percentages by either using Excel or SPSS. And also I use mean score level. Okay, next. So these are the few agenda and the actions and the dates of implementation that I have used. So the reflection for the previous lesson was done on the 20th April, and it follows by the initial data collection, which is the initial reading activity, which to prove that the reading activity does have problem. And then next, I move on with the planning of action and the implementation of action. This implementation is the new implementing the intervention in reading lesson. The intervention is the recorded voice via WhatsApp, and I implement observation checklist as I observe the pupils. Then the next part, I implement survey questionnaire on the participant via WhatsApp Messenger on the 5th to 6th of May. And then after that, I analyze and evaluate the data collected from the observation checklist and the short survey questionnaire. And moving on, reflecting on the action research, which I conduct the lesson with the intervention, a voice recorded guidance for the pupils in cycle B2, and also finally reporting and writing of the feedbacks. Reporting on the data collected. Okay, next. Okay, moving on here, these are the strategies of the implementation that I use. So what do I do? First step, in the part of the teacher and researcher myself, what are my actions? First, the stages are stages of implementation. Is that I greet the parents and guardians and pupils. And then I record a clear and give instruction on the reading activity to the parents and guardians and also the pupils. Then I provide them a reading activity text via WhatsApp Messenger. and I record my own voice as guidance and read out based on the reading text. And then after I do all of this, towards the end, I give an encouragement to them. And also I close and end the voice recording with gratitude. Later on, I do include the sample of my voice so we can hear a brief of it, of what I actually do throughout the reading session. Okay, next. Cikgu dapat si tekan voice audio ya. Is it possible? Yes. Oh, okay. Munsi, I play from my side ya. Kami main dari sebelah situ lah. I play on my side. Or mun dapat boleh lah. Siapa? Kami, if not, I play from my side here. Kami ada standby juga lah. Okay, so this is the sample of the voice recording that I did. So I will skip and we hear briefly what are the most important things here. So if you can see from the picture, I guide them, I give a proper instruction. And then moving on to the second picture, I recorded my voice of what I should do. For example, here, I asked, this is the first recording for pupils who wants to read individually. And the second one is the pupils who wants to read in pairs. So I give an example here.
Yeah, I cannot hear anything from here.
Okay, yeah. Good morning. This is an example for the reading text for pupils year 4 who like to read in pairs. In pairs. Ini adalah contoh rakaman suara bagi murid-murid yang ingin membaca secara berpasangan, berdua, berpasangan bersama rakan. Saya ingin memohon bantuan ibu bapa dan penjaga dalam proses merakam suara anak-anak Anda bersama rakan bagi teks bacaan English tahun 4 ini. Mulakan dengan good morning dan memperkenalkan diri bagi kedua-dua murid tersebut. Sebagai contoh, good morning, my name is Ali, murid pertama. Good morning, my name is Siti. So after this, I move on to my own recording of the reading text. If you can see which is the most right reading activity, English year 4. Alex and Sam are good. Okay. Reading activity, English year 4. Yesterday was Monday. It was sunny. Alex and Sam are good friends. That day, they went back home from the park. Okay, so that is an example of how I recorded the reading activity, clear, so that the pupils know what to do. Okay, next, I end up how. The firefighter. Okay, Thank you. Apabila membaca teks ini, kedua-dua murid tersebut perlu membaca serentak bersama. So those are the few examples that I give. How do I implement this guided reading activity via WhatsApp voice recording? So okay, Cikgu, boleh next. So after I do this, after I did all of this recording, so what is the next step? Is that the participants, which are the 12 primary 4 pupils, this is their action. So how do they engage with this intervention? First, the parents or guardians will inform the reading task to the pupils, especially if the pupils, kan budak-budak ni bukannya semua ada gadget. So ibu bapa memang memainkan peranan yang tinggi, besar dalam membantu untuk memberitahu. And then next, the pupils will then listen and understand the teacher's voice recording instruction. Dan because this is a recorded voice, jadi instruction ini boleh diulang. We can repeat the voice as many times as possible so that the pupils will understand. Because repetition will help the pupils to understand better and know what they should do. And then pupils with peers, maksudnya pupils kalau dia dengan kawan-kawan dalam berdua ataupun seorang, they will read and practice the reading activity before recording. So meaning that they will read and practice, and finally the pupils record the voice reading activity via WhatsApp voice recording. And finally, pupils with peers and then submit. Kiranya mereka send recorded audio ni kepada cikgu, iaitu saya, untuk feedback. Alright, next. So after this, what do I do? Apabila saya sudah menerima, jadi apakah tindakan saya seterusnya as a researcher and a teacher? So this part, I give my feedback to them to boost their motivation. First, I receive the pupils' voice recording. I would listen and evaluate the pupils' voice recording, and I give feedback to the pupils by praising and giving constructive comments. Okay, next, Cikgu. So this is an example of what the responses given by the pupils. So if you can see here, this is by Encik Roman, one of the pupils here, the name by Mary's Marsha. So this is how they responded back to me. I will play you the recorded audio of these pupils, and then we will have a proper flow on how does this work. Tunggu sebentar. Okay.
Good morning. My name is Mary's Masa. Reading activity year 4. Yesterday was Monday. It was sunny. Alex and Sam are good friends. That day, they went back home from the park. Suddenly, they saw a little puppy on a tree. They were shocked. Immediately, Alex called the fire station for help. The firefighter came in 10 minutes. He saved the puppy. The firefighter praised the boys. Alex and Sam were very happy. Thank you.
Okay,
Good.
so so this is an example of what the pupils have submitted with the assistance of their parents. I give an example here. So after that, I greeted them, and then I will listen and I will evaluate. And then how do I boost the confidence? Their motivation is that I give like, okay, it's very simple for us to find pictures and GIF. Even in WhatsApp itself banyak GIF yang kita boleh beri, yang GIF yang bergerak-gerak. Okay, I am very proud of you. Contohnya, saya berasa bangga dengan awak sudah membuat sesuatu yang sangat hebat. You did great. So if you can see here, at this stage, pada bahagian awal, initial stage, murid-murid merasa malu dan segan. Mereka tak nak menghantar pun apa-apa sebarang audio. Sebab, okay, dari pihak saya tidak memberikan instruction yang jelas. I do not give proper instruction. And then the pupils also don't, tak kisah sangat. So what improvement here is that, by giving this motivation, bahagian pertama, saya tidak, untuk intervention ini, saya tidak begitu melihat pada aspek sama ada tutur bahasa, tata bahasa dia, ataupun fluency or accuracy we say in English. At this stage, I focus more on motivating the pupils so that, okay, I want you to do this and I want you to submit. I don't mind if you do any mistake because this is the first time you do this properly. It's okay. So itu adalah tujuan saya bagi untuk this first stage of this using this WhatsApp mobile recording. And then apabila saya sudah memberi feedback tersebut, dapat nampak sinilah murid tersebut, oh thank you Mr. Alvin. Jadi dia macam gembira lah menerima respons begitu. Okay, next, Cikgu. Okay. Okay. Alright. So what I did is that next implementation of, okay. The next one is this is what I do next, is that implementation of the observation checklist. So I use this checklist to note on the pupils' behavior and their reaction based on the reading activity. And here I focus on the pupils' attention and also relevance. Kan dalam motivational theory yang diberikan tadi, which I base on, for my observation, I focus more on the attention and how do they react, their relevance on it. So if you can see next, there is then the sample of the observation checklist that I have. Okay, next, Cikgu. Okay, next, I implement a short survey questionnaire on the participants. This is the action. So I use this short survey questionnaire to collect the people's responses on the use of the intervention for the reading activity. So for this short survey questionnaire, I focus on the confidence and also their interest in the use of the intervention, which is the voice recorded activity. And I implemented it via WhatsApp Messenger to collect the people's responses. Okay, next. So if you can see here, minta maaf, dia panjang sikit lah. So this is how I give my pupils the short survey questionnaire. I only gave 2 questions, which focuses on just now, which is the interest, and also focusing on their Okay, confidence and interest. Minta maaf. So what I did is that I will introduce myself first, and then I will say here, okay, I have a short survey questionnaire to you. I would use BM English, after that followed by BM, because my pupils, I know that they are still weak in English or understanding English. So I would first put English in the survey questionnaire and then followed by BM, so they can understand better. So if you can see here, the first question I focus on, do you feel confident? And then I give a scale there. And then second one, do you feel interested? And then, or do you feel satisfied? So, and then I give an example, how do they respond? And then if you can see here, the most right, yang gambar paling kanan, kita boleh tengok sini, murid yang bernama Kenneth Raymond Takin anak Musa ini, dia memberi skala 4 dan skala 5. Scale number 4 and scale number 5. So, even walaupun soal selidik saya ni, this survey questionnaire was very long, tapi saya sudah memberikan satu instruction yang simple bagi mereka sebab mereka masih kecil, budak-budak lagi. So we cannot expect them to answer panjang-panjang. Jadi cukup sebagai example yang boleh kita lihat di gambar nombor 3. Okay, so this is how I collect the data for short survey questionnaire using WhatsApp. Okay, next. All right, so the observation throughout the intervention, if you can see here, is that pupils show more attention to attempt and stay during the activities. And here we can see here, I did put before and after, and this one I focus on the element of attention. So if you see here before, sebelum ni saya buat comparison, seorang saja yang sanggup tinggal untuk 60 minit full lesson, yang lain tak hilang. And then the one makin before memang banyaklah yang tak dapat ikut, and they don't have, like, they don't want to pay attention. And after the implementation of this voice recorded guidance, they banyak yang they stay for the lesson. They are willing and they respond very fast. So if you can see here, 4 pupils, and in average, okay, 4 pupils, 33% of them are willing to stay for 60 minutes, and then 6 pupils, 50% are willing to stay within 50 to 40 minutes, and also 2 pupils are willing to stay within 2 to 20 minutes. There's an improvement here after the intervention. Okay, next, Cikgu. Okay, so if you can see here, I made a comparison. The initial data that was collected is that 75% of the pupils, which are only 9, attended equal or less than 30 minutes throughout the lesson. Maksudnya hanya 9 murid saja, 75% saja yang sama ada lebih sama 30 minit ataupun kurang daripada seluruh lesson. And then apabila saya sudah mengimplementasikan intervention ini, I can see that 100% pupils are willing to attend equal or more than 30 minutes. Maksudnya semua 12 murid, mereka sanggup stay dalam lesson sepanjang paling kurang pun 30 minit dan ke atas. Okay, next. Okay. Alright, next, the next observation is that I do, and then I find that the pupils, sorry Cikgu, it's okay. Ohnya font lain. Oh. Okay, saya teruskan saja. Okay, so the next part I focus on the relevance. Relevance here, where I explain tadi, murid dia nak ataupun dia tak nak untuk ikut untuk pelajaran ni. So they find relevance. Oh, mereka rasa okay. Kalau saya dapat buat voice recording untuk Cikgu Alvin ni, saya rasa saya akan dapat sesuatu ni nanti. So they find relevance. Mereka ada niat untuk they are able to submit and respond to the activity immediately. So they take shorter time to submit and respond. And surprisingly, saya pun rasa terkejut juga lah. So most of the pupils, they are like able to respond. Okay, sorry, I think I put a bit mistake there. So it's 9 pupils are able to respond 2 to 3 days. And then 3 pupils are able to respond within 4 to 5 days. Okay, ada sedikit kesilapan di sana lah. Tadi satu hari itu, bukan, it's not that one. So, okay, moving on to the next. All right, so I will take this one. This percentage is still correct. So at the initial stage, only 67 pupils, which are 8 pupils, took equal or more than 4 days to submit their lesson. Maksudnya lebih dari 4 hari mereka nak guna untuk submit lesson the activities. But now, after the implementation of that, 100% of the pupils who are 12, they are willing to they take 4 equal or less than 4 days. Maksudnya kurang daripada 4 hari mereka dah dapat submit lesson tu. Okay, next. Okay, here is the this is from the survey questionnaire on the pupils. So here that I can see that after the implementation of the survey questionnaire, which is via WhatsApp just now, the example of the WhatsApp, I can see that the few pupils responded that they feel confident to work on the activity. And if you can see here comparison, no student, tak ada seorang pun student rasa confident untuk membuat reading activity ini, terutamanya bahagian recording. And then after the implementation, they feel very confident and they feel confident to attempt the activity. And if you can see here, a mean score of 4.04, which indicates a high level of confidence by the pupils. Okay, next. Okay. Previously, 83% of the pupils which attend, they feel very less confident. 6 pupils says less confident, 4 pupils say not confident at all. After the implementation of the intervention, which is a voice recorded audio, reading text, 83%, which are 10 of them feels very confident, 3 of the pupils, and also they feel confident, 7, to work on the reading activity. Okay, next. And finally, the aspect of satisfaction. Satisfaction ini berkaitan dengan minat, interest. So the pupils have high interest and they feel very satisfied to participate in the activity. As we can see here, there's an increment. Before tak ada seorang pun murid yang berminat nak join activity sebab dia mungkin bagi mereka boring, tak ada apa-apa intipati. Selepas intervention, after the intervention, 4 says they are very interested and 7 says they are interested. Okay, and then here in the aspect of satisfaction, which is the interest in the reading activity after the intervention, we can see a mean score of 4.25, which indicates a high level of interest for the reading activity after the intervention. Okay, next. So if you can see here also, I make this comparison as well. 92% at first says that they are not interested at all. And then after that, after the improvement, it's still 11 pupils, 92% also, which are all the 11 pupils, all 11 pupils except 1 says they are very interested, and 7 says they are interested to work on the activity. And they feel satisfied to do the activity after the intervention. Okay, next. So if I use in the total here, so how do I see this mean score level of class interval? I took the source from Nunnally and Bernstein, 1994. They stated that anything of a mean score between 3.67 to 5, it indicates a high level. 2.34 to 3.66 is a moderate level. And finally, 1.0 to 2.33 is low level. So the mean score obtained from the survey questionnaire, which are the 2 questions as now, which are on the confidence and interest. So both the average are 4.14, which is indicating a high level where the pupils, most of the pupils agreed that the guided reading activity via WhatsApp voice recording helps to boost their confidence and also interest in the reading activity. Okay, next. So here I make a reflection that the guided reading activity via WhatsApp voice recording, here are the strengths where it helps pupils to show, pupils are able to show their attention, to attempt and stay during the activity. They are able to find relevance. They boleh mencari minat untuk they are able to submit and respond to the activity immediately and take shorter time. Sorry, typo there. Take shorter time. And the pupils do feel very confident to work on the activities, and also they show interest, which is satisfaction. So all of these 4 elements refers to the model of motivation, which I refer as my sole reference to show that the pupils are motivated after the implementation of the guided reading activity via voice recording, WhatsApp voice recording. Okay, next. So here, okay, like I mentioned just now, the main factor, what are the main factors is that because learning condition and the platform I use now become more conducive with the guided reading activity, and it helps to boost their motivation. This is the main cause of the strength. Okay, next. And finally, this is the last one. So these are the suggestions and further action of the next cycle. So among all of these, I do find one weakness is that because I only accept the pupils' answers without looking at the errors. Even though very obvious that most of the pupils have spelling errors and whatnot, I ignore this part because I focus more on boosting their motivation. However, just motivation is not enough. So this is a main apparent weakness that I see. Even though I just accept that, but walaupun saya hanya menerima sebagai satu bahagian untuk meningkatkan motivasi mereka, tetapi aspek kelancaran ataupun aspek tata bahasa yang betul tu saya tidak lihat dalam fasa ini. So what do I do next is that, so untuk memperbaiki ini, so the next I will focus on the pupils reading fluency. Maksudnya dari pada cycle yang berikutnya saya akan fokus kepada mungkin kelancaran murid tersebut membaca. Mungkin ada sedikit dia tersekat-sekat. Okay, saya akan fokus pada bahagian ini pada cycle yang berikutnya, and also I will use a variety of reading text. Tak semestinya short text yang saya guna yang diambil daripada buku teks. I can also use poems, puisi pantun. I would also use song lyrics. Mungkin ada murid-murid ni tahu lirik dalam bahasa Inggeris. So pembacaan lirik ini ataupun menyanyikan adalah satu activity membaca juga. This is also a reading activity, and also I can ask them to read storybook. Oh sorry, typo. Storybook with a D there. So that's all from me. Itu sahaja. Sekian, terima kasih. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Cikgu Alvin. Okay, very good presentation, and yeah, I can see that you put your effort there. Yeah, memang banyak effort. Memang banyak effort di sini. So first of all, syabas dan tahniah. Okay, congratulations to you. And then we go through slide boleh Cikgu Alvin?
Okay, boleh.
Alright. So we can see here the tajuk dia adalah guided reading activity via WhatsApp voice recording to boost people's reading motivation. Okay, so yang ini kalau kita tengok straightforward, memang kita cerita tentang guided reading activity, right? Yeah, so it's towards reading activity. So semuanya tentang apa, kemahiran membaca kan? Skill, reading skill. Okay, so I believe this is on your introduction part, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay, introduction part. And then dari segi presentation wise, okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. So you put effort there, and congratulations to you lah, Cikgu.
Terima kasih Cikgu. Thank you.
Okay. Mungkin start masuk lah.
Okay.
Penambahbaikan
Alright.
Sedikit penambahbaikan. Let's say lah, you are focusing on year 4 English, right? CEFR textbook syllabus. Maybe I do believe that in your writing later on, you will mention why you choose this particular year 4. I do believe that you already did lah. Pun apa justifikasi why you choose this year 4. And then focus on this 12 primary year 4. Is it apa year 4 ya 12 orang je kah?
Why do I not choose yang lain? Sebab yang lain kelasnya hanya sedikit saja. It's like 8, 7. So I choose year 4, which is just nice tahap 2, 12 murid. Supaya data dia lebih banyak lagi.
I see.
Yes.
So for that, my advice is you have to put inside your writing later on lah.
Okay.
Why you choose that, and then is it why you choose that just apa kata orang semata-mata budak itu paling ramai, ataupun you have another reason yang very solid. Let's say dalam banyak kelas ini, although this class banyak student, saya ambil contoh. Although this year 4 paling banyak student, tapi saya lihat from my views, saya dapat saya rasakan bahawa kelas year 2 ni lebih kritikal berbanding dengan kelas year 4 walaupun budaknya sikit. Itu contoh lah. Itu contoh Cikgu Alvin
Okay,
but I do believe you have your own justification for that lah. Okay. Alright, so kita move kepada pemerhatian. So seperti biasa rasanya Cikgu Alvin pun you did follow me from the beginning of the yes, and then for this part I usually apa kata orang suggest you to put data lah. Jangan put data. Macam ini dia just cerita tentang notes, pupil notes, behaviors, reaction, and then it's best if you put macam tu lah. Macam tu. Ada graph and then ada bentuk pie chart. This is the best way lah to display your data lah, to present your data. Okay. So nothing much lah from me. I think you already did your apa kata orang pembetulan already
Sampai lah minit ni. It's okay.
Okay. So this is the one that you have to put inside your writing lah. Okay. Just that you must be very careful lah, very careful dekatnya pun apa kata orang penggunaan terms ya tadi. Penggunaan terms ya. Let's say people show less attention here. Show less attention. Nya macam ni nak madah macam bila you go through kan macam sekejap less attention, sekejap do not find relevant, sekejap so you should try your apa kata orang in a creative way lah. In a creative way so that bila dalam penulisannya si macam mess gila bah.
Okay. So kiranya satu bahagian lah sampai yang madah semua tu adalah motivasi.
Yes. So make it systematic way lah. Systematic way. So for me in this part pemerhatian rasanya I don't have much comment lah yang itu bahagian pemerhatian tu. Okay, because yang itu lebih kepada submit to respond apa semua kan. Just that my question is macam ni sidak pun student pun apa device tertanya juga. Macam tadi you tunjuk device yang parents punya device kan. Is it all of your student using their parents' device or they?
Not all of them guna their parents' device. Ada yang memang ada device sendiri. So what I did is that before I implement this activity, I make sure that all of the student ada device. Tidak kisah ataupun tidak semestinya sama ada device parents ataupun sendiri. Because I did mention in the the steps just now. I do inform the parents, I also inform the student. Maksudnya mana-mana semua ibu bapa tahun 4 mereka sedar dan mereka tahu yang Cikgu Alvin ada buat reading activity. Dia nak buat macam ni. So it's like that. So pupils I inform, parents are also informed.
Okay. So I do believe that you also put that inside your writing also
Okay.
Alright. Sebab bila ada readers orang yang baca tu nya akan banyak soalan tanya-tanya.
Boleh.
So that is my concern lah Cikgu Alvin
Okay, no problem.
And then the other thing is people show less interest satisfaction in yang tu pun kita you have already put it in a systematic way lah macam very good lah. Okay, very good Cikgu Alvin
Thank you.
Then last kali adalah pemerhatian. You sum it up. You dapat macam tu lah when reading activity was conducted. Show less attention, do not find relevant, do not feel confident, and then show less interest, satisfaction. Sebabnya benda tu tadi udah you already elaborated before, right? So this is macam at the end of the story for pemerhatian kan. No problem lah for that. Yang penting macam what I mentioned before. Semua datanya mesti ada lah. Connected to one another. Okay. And then this is for reading activity, and then you connect also with this model lah, John M. Keller model, and then this is what something yang kata orang penambah perisa lah. Penambah perisa. Memang baguslah kalau ada ini. Okay. Ada sih kajian daripada Malaysia?
Setakat tu macam no much lah. Because even this model sendiri, it only focus more on this person yang Keller's punya. Many adaptation banyak lah yang I did go through briefly. Tak semua saya dapat sempat tengok. Mostly international ataupun yang student that works on motivation punya research lah.
Okay, so for this part, my punya advice lah, if possible, okay,
Sure review.
okay, if yeah, if
Okay,
possible,
okay, boleh.
you try to find any kind of apa kata orang research, previous research lah,
Okay.
regarding this motivation, any kind lah, ya, sama adanya towards student kah, towards teachers kah, as long as nya ada connect with your story here lah.
Oh, alright.
Just that with these two kriteria, you simpanlah dua kriteria tu. Yang pertama, 5 tahun ke belakang, macam pernah dengar aja.
5 tahun ke belakang, ya.
Ya, 5 years, 5 tahun ke belakang. And then yang kedua adalah apa kata orang, mau dapat dalam Malaysian context lah.
Ya, Malaysian context.
Yes, cuba carilah, cuba carilah.
Okay, no problem.
If there any, memang apa kata orang, rezeki you lah. Oh, okay. Ya extra lah, ya extra.
Okay, no
However,
problem.
if you manage to find it, it's good lah. It's good.
Okay.
Okay ya. So and then reflection. Okay, reflection tu macam ni Saya nak ngembak kita bersama-sama. I want to bring all of us together in this reflection because reflection is apa kata orang, proses yang mana kita menggunakan otak kita 360 bah. Kata saya lah, kita menggunakan otak kita 360. So bila kita tengok balik reflection, the 12 primary 4 pupils of SK Batang Lassa Daro have low learning motivation. Sebab benda tu, you punya keyword di sana adalah low learning motivation. So I was concerned with your topic just now. Where's your topic? Yeah. Guided reading activity.
Oh yeah, reading motivation, salah.
Yeah.
So, it's supposed to be reading motivation. Yeah. Bukan learning lebih luas lagi. Okay.
Yes. So be careful with your term, okay? Okay. So reading and learning nya nampak macam sama kan, tapi reading yang lebih spesifik lagi. Okay. Okay, low learning motivation, low reading motivation, and then engaging the reading activity. So these are all the causes, whereas you already list out all the data kan, proven dengan data yang you have now, right? And then macam the learning platform via WhatsApp Messenger for reading was not interesting. So are you saying that WhatsApp is not good? Jaga.
What I mean here is that learning platform dalam ni saya menggunakan my own context, because kan if we do reflection, kita membuat refleksi dalam konteks PDP kita. So cara saya menyampaikan reading activity saya dalam WhatsApp Messenger, kalau tengok contoh di bawah lah, macam case ketus kerat macam tu saja. So it was not interesting in that way. So maybe as an improvement, saya boleh tulis sana lah. The learning platform via WhatsApp Messenger for reading activity that was conducted by me, mungkin by the teacher lah or the researcher, was not interesting.
Tapi apa yang saya lihat bukan salah platform tu sebenarnya. Nya bukan salah platform tu. Nya salah you lah dari segi delivery you kan.
Ya.
I don't know, maybe Cikgu Hajar Senior maybe boleh bantu sikit this part.
Ayat dah.
Was it? Ya, Cikgu Hajar Senior mungkin line-nya siapa bagus.
It's okay.
Ya, tapi
I will take note of that.
Ya, you just macam ni you tengok balik lah. Sebab bila saya tengok macam the learning platform, because what is our learning platform? What I know about learning platform in what other people know, learning platformnya macam contoh Google Classroom, Google Meet, semua ya kita panggil sebagai learning platform. So ia adalah platform lah ya, betul lah.
Betul.
Okay, yang berlakunya adalah bukannya learning platform yang not interesting.
Ya, guru yang mengimplementasikan tu di learning platform tersebut.
Iya, try to find a word yang lebih for that. Tapi ni maksudnya saya faham. Maksudnya saya faham. Cuba you cari ayat lain lah. Cari kataan lain.
Okay, no problem. Boleh.
Okay ya. Ya, Cikgu Hajar Senior saya dah sound tu. Maybe line si bagus sekali. Ya. I can see among us ada siapa tu? Cikgu Degani, Cikgu Fazli. Ya, dah keluar dah Cikgu no Ain tadi. Cikgu, ya. Because I can see ada kawan lain yang daripada PPD lain. Okay, tak apa. Saya proceed lah.
Okay.
Yang ketiga adalah the learning platform was not utilized effectively to conduct reading activities. Learning fully utilized. Mun you tanya saya lah. That platform fully utilized. Mun saya kata memang lah sebab sebenarnya WhatsApp tu boleh kita jadikannya sebagai business WhatsApp.
Betul.
Mun you kata saya fully utilized. So this is for our brainstorming also. Okay. So mun macam ni adalah apa definisi you for fully utilized ya?
Okay. I will not on that definisi.
Apa terms yang you maksudkan dengan fully utilized ya? Pak mun betul lah WhatsApp ya fully utilized. Memang you akan upgrade jadi apa kata orang WhatsApp business lah. WhatsApp ini sama juga macam Instagram. Mun you fully utilize Instagram, you akan convert kepada Instagram business. Mun betul lah mun nak jadikannya fully utilized. So maybe lah saya punya idea lah. Maybe you nak kata fully utilized with its minimum capability.
Okay.
Dengan keupayaan minima yang ada. Macam ni ada logik sikit bunyinya.
Okay.
You nak katanya you create a template so that your delivery towards student fully utilized. So fully utilized adalah your delivery is not your device, not your platform.
Yes.
Betul lah.
Yep,
I think you should check back.
Okay, thank you.
Yalah macam saya tu sih tak pandai BI tapi bila baca tu macam
okay.
Kelak you atur balik lah macam ni.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, and then last kali clear instruction was not given when implementing the reading activity. So clear instruction.
Kalau mencontoh di bawah dia lah, this is what I refer to. The one down, next slide ya.
Okay, kejap.
Okay. So how I did, saya hanya sebut beberapa benda saja dalam saya.
Tu bagi kami bukan clear instruction tu, complete instruction.
Complete.
Nyasi complete. Clear memang clear lah, cuma nyasi complete. Betul kah?
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. So maybe I think you can change lah here. Complete instruction was not given. Babnya macam sempurna bah kata orang. Benda ya ada. Memang jelas kita baca pun jelas lah sebenarnya. Memang yang minta apa? Tidak perlu lukis gambar. Memang straightforward you're saying that. Memang jelas lah pun. Memang clear lah. Bukannya clear lagi nak. Just that it is not complete.
Not complete.
Not complete. Ataupun ada ayat lain kah? Ada kataan lain kah for that? Not complete. Too brief tak boleh. Too brief pun boleh juga.
Okay.
Is too brief or not complete sama lah. Same thing, right? Macam ni lah. Okay, so
yes.
Silakan.
I think the learning platform you should change to online learning platform.
Okay.
It can be used actually, the learning platform. You need to change it to add up online learning.
Okay. Since WhatsApp is online.
Yeah, because WhatsApp is online. So you just change it to online learning platform.
Alright, thank you.
Okay. The rest is okay actually. For me lah.
Okay.
Yeah, for me. Yeah.
Okay.
I can understand it.
Yeah.
I managed to understand.
Okay, no problem then.
You already mentioned over there the online learning platform via WhatsApp Messenger not fully utilized. So it is there already.
Okay, thank you very much.
Because you see the causes factors, the learning platform was not utilized right effectively, but then in the other slide you already put over there not fully utilized. So it's connected already.
Yeah.
If that is my opinion.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Thank you very much.
And then the other one just now, I saw them because just now I cannot say anything. My line is not that good. I think
okay.
I heard Cikgu Zu say just now, have low learning motivation. Change the
learning to reading.
Yes, because learning is it's a big thing. Big thing to change it to something else like reading, because you are focusing on reading, right?
Reading also, yeah.
Just change it to reading. Okay.
All right.
Okay, next one.
Okay. So this the evidence no problem lah. You can apa kata orang masukkan dalam penulisan you lah, huh?
Okay.
Okay, refleksi, changes, intervention, utilize. So this is one more lah. You cerita balik lah tentang ya. Bahagian tu saya dah masalah lah sebenarnya. Okay. People were not guided on how to attempt do the reading activity. Maybe orang baca benda tu sekali nangganya pada apa maksudnya tu not guided, padahal you dah hantar message dah pun. Nah, you dah hantar message dah pun, memang dah guide lah ya, apa guide gi. So
mungkin too brief, people were not guided
in depth kah? Secara
ya, people were not guided in depth. Okay.
Ya sikit lah. Sikit main factor. So kadang apa tugasan yang kita beri miak pun blur bah macam ni nak mula kan. So I know saya faham apa point yang dia nak sampaikan. Cuma dari segi penulisan ya, you must be very apa kata orang mau hati-hati lah.
Okay.
Minta third eye, fourth eye untuk nangga juga lah penulisan you.
Okay, boleh.
Yang lain target positif.
The written part, send it to us. I will help you to change a few things.
Yeah.
Okay, mas. Okay, sure.
Okay, so target tu saya ada masalah. So just proceed lah benda tu, saya ada masalah. If less interest, no interest, less or no. Hati-hati ya.
This one is based on the survey questionnaire that I did. Sebab dalam questionnaire dia kan ada 5 Likert scale. So the fourth level 2 dan level 1, first level maksudnya dia tak ada interest langsung. Level 2 is dia ada interest sikit saja, less interest. So that is what I mean by that.
So conclusionnya apa? Conclusionnya apa?
So maybe I can put less interest saja lah.
Less, okay.
Less.
Form dekat sia aja, jangan ubah lagi.
Okay, boleh.
Okay not confident. Macam tu, okay, not confident. Straightforward yang ada, memangnya not confident, no problem.
Okay.
And then yang tu tidak apa masalah lah, tu just riset apa? Nota lah. Okay, strategy of intervention, step-by-step instruction, and then people guide reading activities, boost people motivation. Macam ni nya macam tu. Macam cerita ustazah juga tadi. Nya adalah cookbook, you know. Dari segi step by step, what first, bawang dulu masuk minyak ke apakah, and then you cook it. So soalannya tadi dengan you ada satu manual, whereas the manual you can boleh pass on. Contoh you mula manual tu, you guna, and then orang lain pun guna juga manual benda yang sama, berjaya. Ada macam that sort of thing macam ni
Kiranya yang berstruktur lah. Okay, so cikgu pula apa, lepasnya murid pula apa, cara merespon macam ni. So it's like a structured way to implement the strategy.
Yes, macamnya.
Okay.
So that bukannya apa, bila you dah ada structured ataupun compilation of it, bila you nak buat sharing kelak senang. Benda yang dah ada and then you senang je buat sharing. Okay, frankly to say lah, memang mungkinlah sekolah you je menghadapi masalah yang sama. Maybe sekolah-sekolah lain pun lah yang sama. Cumanya belum jumpa solutionnya lagi. Whereas you jumpa dah solution. Solution. So my apa kata orang penambahbaikan lah for this part. Cuba you cari cara for apa macam ni macam modul ke apakah, structured pun ke.
Boleh.
So you punya strategi of intervention, you katalah saya menggunakan modul, jangan guna nama malaikat. Ya, ustazah dah guna dah nama ya. Maybe ialah nak my idea is to make it more catchy
Untuk
lah.
model something compact lah supaya bila orang fikir nama model ni dia ingat step ni.
Yes.
Okay.
So that bila orang nangga tajuk you, guided reading activity, biasa.
Ya.
Macam Snyder It, lebih kurang idea macamnya Snyder It.
Okay.
Contoh, cuba you cari nama lain lah. Tapi benda yang memberi give reflection towards this topic. Cuba you fikirkanlah macam ni.
Alright, boleh cikgu.
Ya memang dah tinggi dah level dah. Sebabnya macam mana alang-alang Datuk Bah. Do you agree with me? Alang-alang bah.
Too much.
Ya, too much macam dah alang-alang Datuk. You bolehnya step by step. Sebab ada macam mun contoh lah bila seorang nak betul-betul masakannya tadi boleh di-replicable dengan orang lain. Daripada manual ajaknya follownya manual memang sama aja. Masakannya sama, rasanya pun test pun sama. Mun dah berlaku macam ya, so memang tip top lah atau orang. You pun strategi tu tadi. Macam ya. Okay, so strategi tu sayang lah nya cuba cara naknya. Okay, and then data method tu sudah masalah lah. Tu I have no comment lah for this. I have no comment lah for this. Memang okay lah. Okay, yang tu pun okay. Just that dalam pelaporan kelak you macam ni mun ringkah tu dalam pelaporan lu penuh, kita pun naknya penulisan. So,
mungkin penting saja lah the important ones ni.
Yeah, you just put the important only lah. Ambil contoh bila start you naknya, and then bila pertengahannya ambil senang you ikut je circle-nya pun naknya. Kita kan 1 2 3.
Okay.
ABCD ya. You just put je. Okay, and then untuk strategisnya. Okay. Apa beza tu dengan tadi ya? Intervention, strategies of intervention dengan strategies of implementing intervention.
So, what I mean by strategy of intervention tu, this intervention nya fokus apa? This intervention yang it is to this intervention fungsi dia adalah untuk mencapai objektif ini. So itu adalah strategi sini. I have to refer to. So what I mean by strategy of intervention is that strategi pelaksanaan intervensi ini dia adalah untuk memberikan step by step dan memberi guidance dan memberi motivasi. So that is what I mean by the strategy of intervention. The strategy of implementation, implementing, strategi untuk mengimplementasi. So that is the two different things that I actually mean. Satu implementasi, satu adalah intervensi itu.
Ya. So benda tu tadi ya, jangan jauh gila jangan jauh.
Sure.
Jangan jauh tu maksudnya side by side between these two, between this strategy of intervention and strategy of implementing. Sebabnya I can see that this stages of implementing intervention tu support strategi betul sih?
Ya.
So tadi you find a way macam ni cara kah supaya dua benda si berjauhan lah.
Okay.
Dua benda tu si berjauhan. Barulah ceritanya tadi macam connected sikit lah rasa.
Okay.
Okay. Nak lain no problem lah for what I can see lah. Nak lain sedang masalah. Macam tu perkenalkan diri pas semua. Sebenarnya untuk tu I think you should add on something lah.
Okay.
Let's say macam tu nak. Ada yang bold, ada yang italic. Semua orang tahu macam ni malah bold ya.
Ya.
Rasanya benda ya pun stages of implementing intervention you mau engkas tu juga. Teachers have to apa kata orang literate mempunyai literasi dalam WhatsApp macam ni kah? Have knowledge how to use function dalam WhatsApp macam ni kah?
Alright.
Setuju kan?
Seems to be okay lah because maybe not every mungkin tak semua orang sedar function this kind of function.
Ya, semua orang tahu macam ni bola ball tu. Apa lagi nak mula simbol? Ada aja orang si pandai mula simbol tu. Oh. Ada aja orang yang si pandai mula voice note. Ada. Kita jangan assume semua tahu lah.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Ya sikitnya lah. Maybe ya untuk penambahbaikan lah sikit ya.
Alright, sure.
Alright. Yang lain engaging. So engaging to implementing. So adalah engaging. Okay. Now you have beberapa terms tu.
So if you see, yang pertama adalah yang ini adalah participant action. So they engage with it. So participants buat apa dengan aktiviti ini? So the previous one is I as a researcher and a teacher, I implement it.
Okay. So from here I have another advice. Saya ada cadangan lain lah. Why not you create you build some satu framework lah macam nyapun flow macam ni framework, tahu nak framework?
Yes.
Cuba you connectkan antara engaging dengan implementing dengan strategi tadi. You try to macam satu framework.
One network one flow.
One flow lah macam satu gambar lah, macam satu gambar aja yang mana menunjukkan macam ni flow-nya. Bila di start, nya akan masuk engaging. Bila di start, nya masuk dekat feedback. Tu last kali feedback, right? Itu sih.
Yes.
So you just imagine benda ya adalah dalam bentuk
flow lah.
Flow chart lah. Macam satu pictures yang bila kau nangga aja benda ya, I know already this is apa yang Cikgu Alvin buat. Macam in mun kata orang dalam satu one picture tell all.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Ya aja lah. Nak lain explanation pas semua, no problem. Explanation wise everything good lah, excellent. Memang excellent, no problem.
Thank you. Yeah.
Just that tambah sikit bahagian lah. Cuba make it dalam bentuk summary ataupun dalam bentuk framework kah, macam ni kah?
Alright.
Ni sih semestinya theoretical framework nak, atau lebih kepada strategis pun framework. So macam ni lah. So itu adalah pun outcome-nya, no problem. So I think you also should add on with this lah. Apa nama tu tadi? GIF kah? GIF. Yang boleh bola banner ke apa ke, engkau dalamnya pun no problem, ada animated pun no problem. Tapi semua orang pandai lah. Bear in mind semua orang pandai. So maybe you should include also lah about that. Okay. And then pupils positive response. Sebenarnya saya nak tentang questionnaire tadi. Dapat sih mun kita mula nya integrate dengan Google Form. Yang macam biasa kita buat. What do you think?
Because I'm looking at the situation di mana my student rural. So I don't do much I do not do much questions because even link yang biasa saja it's very slow in my school area ataupun kawasan rumah panjang. So I do the most simple and the most easy way is that I share my survey questionnaire, I type it out via WhatsApp and I send to the student and they respond with WhatsApp.
Okay. I think you now know why I asked you this question, right?
Yes.
You have
just
to
in case.
You also have to explain in your writing later on why you do that kind of thing. Why don't you use Google Meet, Google Form kata orang? Why don't you use macam Kahoot kah, Quizzes kah for questionnaire kah, apakah for feedback kah? Why don't you use that sort of thing? So you have to madah lah.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So I think this is your checklist lah. And then another thing, checklist tu kan, because semua checklist yang kita buat, PDPR is also PDP lah kan. Nya PDP nya ada kurikulumnya, nya ada pedagoginya, and then nya ada last kali adalah nya pun nya pun assessmentnya. Okay. Mun tiga elemen tu saya dah maka sah lah, bukan PDP lah namanya kan. So for this part I can see that checklist tu nya more towards assessment betul lah?
Assessing ni.
Yes, assessing and assessment. So memang akan ada manusia-manusia, cikgu-cikgu lah terutamanya, yang akan nanya, Cikgu Alvin, how can you assess them on what, apa kata orang, atas dasar apa katanya?
Yeah.
Adakahnya macam ni, how can you identify either these pupils get TP1 or TP2 or TP3
Yeah.
macam mana?
That's why I did mention tadi, this whole process of this intervention, it is just to boost their motivation. Dia belum masuk lagi bahagian untuk semak dia punya tutur bahasa, belum masuk their fluency and accuracy. Because I see that my pupils, they are shy, they don't feel confident to even send any voice note or even respond. So in order for me to break this one, I want to break this one first. So I do something which is like this. So that's why I suggest in the next cycle, I will focus on fluency. After I feel that, okay, they are motivated enough, okay, cukup. Next, baru I move on, focusing on the fluency, where I will check the spelling errors and everything. That's why I mentioned that.
Okay. So untuk kita, apa kata orang, ambil gambaran awal lah, untuk ambil gambaran awal. Let's say lah, mun ada orang bertanya, so that is your answer lah.
Okay, sure.
Okay, yang lain memang saya tak ada apa-apa question. I have no further question lah sebenarnya. No further question. Maybe Cikgu Hajar Senia, anything from you?
I just want to see the whole research. That's all. I mean, I need him to send us the whole research, then we can see the flow.
Okay, sure.
You send it to Cikgu Zul, then Cikgu Zul will share it with me.
Okay, sure, no problem. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I think that's all. Anything from you, Cikgu Alvin?
No, that's all. Itu saja.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, and have a pleasant day. Good luck to you. And,
okay, thank you very much.
Jangan stres gila lah dengan cadang tadi.
Okay,
yes, dan sebabnya soalan-soalan yang saya tanya pun soalan common yang akan ditanya.
Ya, biasalah itu.
Oleh
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay,
penting lah sebab one person saya sendiri pun saya tak boleh tengok scope besar lagi. So perlu multiple eyes actually. Yeah.
Alright. Okay, good luck to you, Cikgu Alvin.
Thank you very much. Alright, take care.